Absolutely. Here's an in-depth explanation of the key point asterisk asterisk. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance. Asterisk asterisk in approximately 500 words, delivered in a motivational tone with storytelling elements and a short, impactful example included. Gratitude has the power to completely transform the lens through which we see the world. It's not just an emotional reaction to receiving something good. It's a conscious decision to see what's already there. Most people live their lives stuck in a mindset of lack, constantly focusing on what they don't have, what they haven't achieved, what they're missing, what they believe life owes them. But gratitude redirects that focus. It trains the eyes of your soul to see the blessings, the opportunities, the abundance that has already been placed in your life. And when you truly see what you have, you stop living like you're starving, and you start living like you're full. And fullness attracts more. In a lack mindset, the default setting is always comparison. You look around and see who's doing better, who's ahead, who has the bigger house, the nicer car, the more exciting life. And because your eyes are so tuned to deficiency, even when something good happens to you, it doesn't satisfy, it's not enough. You keep running, keep chasing, keep hungering for something more, never realizing that your soul isn't starving for success. It's starving for appreciation. Gratitude is the shift that sets you free. It's the mindset that says, I may not have everything I want, but I am already blessed. And when you truly internalize that, something incredible happens. You begin to see life differently. You walk differently. You speak differently. You stop complaining and start celebrating. You stop comparing and start honoring. And suddenly, life responds, not because your circumstances instantly change, but because you do. Let's break this down to its core. Your focus is your reality. Whatever you repeatedly dwell on becomes your experience of life. Two people can live through the exact same day, same challenges, same blessings, same resources, and yet one can walk away bitter while the other walks away grateful. What's the difference? Their focus, their frame, the stories they're telling themselves about what that day meant. Gratitude rewrites the story in real time. Where lack says, this isn't enough, gratitude says, this is more than I deserve. Where lack says, I'm behind, gratitude says, I'm on my way. Where lack says, why them and not me? Gratitude says, if it's possible for them, it's possible for me too. And that shift, as subtle as it may seem, begins to change the way your mind processes everything. Let's be clear. Gratitude is not about pretending you don't have needs. It's not denying pain or suppressing ambition. It's simply recognizing that your current life is already rich with value. That you don't have to wait for the promotion, the breakthrough, or the recognition to start living fully. You can live fully now because abundance isn't a future state. It's a present perspective. Think about a camera lens. If it's zoomed in too far, you only see a tiny portion of what's there. That's how most people operate. They're zoomed in on what's missing, and so that's all they see. Gratitude zooms out. It gives you a wide-angle view of your life. You begin to notice the gifts in your relationships, the beauty in the everyday, the lessons in the hardship. You stop looking for reasons to be mad, and you start noticing reasons to rejoice. Let me give you a simple, powerful example. A man named David worked in a corporate office. He had a decent job, but he was always frustrated. His boss didn't appreciate him. His coworkers were negative. His paycheck wasn't as high as he wanted. Every day he'd come home drained, complaining to his wife about how unfair life was. Then one evening his young daughter came up to him and said, "Daddy, why are you always sad?" That question hit him like a thunderbolt. He realized that even though he had a stable job, a loving family, food on the table, and health in his body, he was choosing to focus only on what he lacked. He decided that night to change. The next morning, He wrote down 3 things he was grateful for before leaving for work. Just 3. He did it the next day, and the next. Over time, his attitude shifted. He still had the same job, the same boss, the same salary, but now he walked into work with a sense of purpose. He began to notice the good in his coworkers. He volunteered for new tasks. He smiled more. 6 months later, he was promoted, but here's the catch. He was already happy before the promotion came. Why? Because gratitude didn't change his situation first. It changed him. You see, when you live in a mindset of gratitude, you become magnetic, opportunities find you, relationships deepen, doors open, not because you're forcing them, but because gratitude has positioned you to receive. A thankful heart is a ready heart. When you're constantly complaining, you miss the moment. But when you're constantly giving thanks, you maximize the moment. Think about nature. You water a seed and it grows. But if you ignore it or keep digging it up to check if it's working, it withers. Gratitude is the water for the seeds of your life. The more you appreciate, the more things begin to bloom. It doesn't always happen overnight, but the process is real. The universe responds to honor. What you honor increases, what you ignore diminishes, and let's not miss the spiritual side of this. If you believe in a higher power, and most people do at some level, then gratitude is your declaration of faith. It's your way of saying, I trust that I am being taken care of. I trust that I have enough. I trust that there is more coming, but I'm not going to wait to celebrate. I'm going to rejoice now. That kind of posture moves things. It moves people. It moves resources. It moves you. It's no wonder that some of the wealthiest, happiest, most grounded people on earth have daily gratitude rituals. Not because they're trying to be spiritual, but because they understand the power of their mindset. They know that gratitude keeps them centered, keeps them humble, keeps them expansive. They know that gratitude clears out envy, resets perspective, and renews energy. And if people with all the money and success in the world still make time for gratitude, how much more important is it for you and me? Here's the truth. You can't live a fulfilled life with an ungrateful heart. You can have the car, the house, the job, the followers. But if you're constantly focused on what you don't have, you'll feel empty. And that emptiness will drive you to make decisions out of desperation instead of inspiration. But when gratitude fills your heart, everything changes. Your decisions are rooted in peace, not panic. Your vision is guided by purpose, not pressure, and your energy becomes sustainable. That's the secret behind lasting success. Not just outer achievement, but inner alignment. Gratitude aligns you. It brings your thoughts, your emotions, and your spirit into agreement with abundance. And in that state, you become a magnet for more. You stop seeing other people's wins as threats and start seeing them as evidence of what's possible. You stop resenting the process and start respecting it. You stop trying to force outcomes and start flowing with purpose, all because your focus has shifted. Now you may be thinking, but what if I'm in a tough season? How can I be grateful when I'm struggling? That's where the power of choice comes in. Gratitude is not a response to perfect conditions. It's a decision to see the good in imperfect ones. Even in pain, there's purpose. Even in struggle, there's strength. Even in delay, there's development. When you start thanking life for the lessons, the challenges, and the pressure, you start extracting power from every experience. Gratitude turns loss into learning. It turns setbacks into setups. It turns frustration into fuel. And that's why people who walk in gratitude don't just survive. They thrive because nothing can steal their focus. They've trained their eyes to see abundance, and so abundance keeps showing up. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling empty, if you're wondering when your breakthrough will come, Start with this. Take inventory. Look around your life right now and find five things to be genuinely thankful for. Your breath, your mind, your resilience, your relationships, your journey. Say thank you not just with your words, but with your attitude. Make gratitude a practice. Journal it, speak it, share it. Let it saturate your daily routine. And watch what happens. You'll start to feel lighter. You'll start to feel energized. You'll start to see doors you didn't notice before. Because gratitude doesn't just change your mood, it changes your awareness. And that, my friend, is the real power. When your awareness shifts, your experience shifts. Gratitude doesn't wait for life to be perfect. It chooses to see the perfection in life as it is, and from that vantage point, everything becomes possible. Gratitude is not weakness. It's not passivity. It's not naive optimism. It's power. It's strength. It's wisdom, it's wealth. It's the decision to focus on what's present instead of what's missing. And that decision will take you further than hustle, ambition, or talent ever could on their own. So, make the shift. Don't wait for the world to change. Change your lens, and the world you see will never be the same. Would you like this section turned into an audio version or formatted for a book or blog post? Absolutely. Here is a long-form motivational essay, approximately 500 words in scope, explaining the key point. Gratitude is the gateway to peace and clarity. This piece is written in a motivational, emotionally resonant tone, with rich imagery, transformational insights, and a vivid short example. Reinforce the message. There is a calm available to every human soul, a stillness that lives beneath the noise of the world, a peace that is not tied to a perfect schedule, an ideal income, or a predictable life. But most people never access that peace. Why? Because they are too busy looking for control, too obsessed with certainty, too consumed by what's missing instead of connecting to what is already present. The gateway to this kind of peace is not control. It is not planning. It is not achievement. It is gratitude. Gratitude is not just a soft emotion or a polite behavior. It is a powerful, spiritual recalibration. It's the moment your inner compass realigns with truth. And the truth is this: everything you're chasing in the outer world, peace, fulfillment, clarity, joy, is already available in this moment if you learn how to see it. And that seeing begins with gratitude. Most people wake up and immediately step into chaos, not because the world around them is burning, but because their minds are. Thoughts firing off like bullets. What needs to be done? What's missing? What went wrong yesterday? What could go wrong today? And then the phone turns on. Social media, news, text messages. And now you're carrying the weight of comparison, fear, noise, anxiety. All before breakfast. The world hasn't even started moving, but internally you're already exhausted. Now imagine this. You wake up, and instead of grabbing your phone, you take a breath. You put your hand over your heart, and you whisper, "Thank you." You think about your family, your health, the roof over your head, the beating of your heart, the lessons from yesterday, the possibility in today, and something inside you shifts. The storm starts to calm. The panic starts to dissolve. Your feet haven't even hit the floor yet, but you've already won the first battle of the day, the battle for your focus. That's the power of gratitude. It arrests the chaos. It silences the noise. It doesn't ignore what needs to be done, but it gives you clarity before you engage. Gratitude doesn't solve all your problems, but it positions you to solve them with wisdom and grace. It is a grounding force, a spiritual anchor that reminds you, I am safe, I am enough, I am provided for, I don't have to live in lack, I don't have to panic, I can breathe, I can move forward with peace. You see, most of the confusion and anxiety we carry doesn't come from our circumstances. It comes from our interpretation of them. It comes from our relentless obsession with what we can't control, what we don't understand, what we wish was different. And that obsession steals our clarity, it clouds our vision, it fills our minds with fog, but gratitude cuts through the fog like light through the morning mist. It doesn't need to fix everything to feel okay. It simply chooses to acknowledge what asterisk is asterisk working, what asterisk is asterisk present, what asterisk is asterisk beautiful, and in that acknowledgement the mind starts to relax, the heart starts to settle, the soul begins to breathe again. Gratitude is not passive, it is not lazy, it is not denial. It is the most active decision you can make in the face of pressure. It is the bold refusal to let your peace be hijacked by things outside your control. It is the declaration that while everything may not be perfect, you are still grounded, still grateful, still clear on what matters. Let's be honest. The world is noisy, and the more connected we become, the more disconnected we feel from ourselves, from our values, from the present moment. But gratitude reconnects us. It pulls us back to center. It says, right here, right now, this is enough. And in that enoughness, there is clarity. When you are no longer obsessed with chasing the next thing, you can finally see what's in front of you. You can finally hear your own intuition. You can finally recognize the opportunity, the lesson, the moment that's been waiting for you, because you're not distracted by everything you lack. You're aligned with everything you already have. Let me give you a real example. A woman named Sandra was running a small business. She had a family, a few employees, and a dream, but her life was consumed by pressure, sales targets, deadlines, marketing, bills. She was waking up every day in a state of panic, barely able to focus, constantly snapping at her team and her kids. One day, after a long, stressful week, her teenage son left a note on the kitchen counter. It said, "Mom, I miss your smile. I hope you're okay." That simple sentence broke her. Not because it was dramatic, but because it was true. She realized she had everything she once prayed for: a growing business, a healthy family, a roof over her head. But she wasn't living like someone who had those things. She was living like someone drowning in lack, so she made a radical decision. She started beginning and ending each day with a gratitude ritual, nothing big, just 10 minutes of writing down what she was thankful for. Her family, her clients, her lessons, her growth. It didn't change her external life overnight, but it changed her asterisk. She became calmer. She made decisions with more clarity. Her team noticed the difference. Her son saw her smile again, and eventually her business even grew, because she was leading from peace, not panic. She stopped chasing clarity and started creating it, all because she chose to be grateful. That's what most people don't understand. Clarity doesn't come from control. It comes from alignment, and alignment comes from gratitude. When your heart is full, your mind becomes clear. When you're not being pulled in 100 directions by envy, regret, fear, or greed, you can finally see. You can hear your own voice again. You can sense what your next step should be. You stop reacting and start responding. You stop forcing and start flowing. Gratitude isn't just about feeling better. It's about thinking better. It enhances your cognitive function. It reduces cortisol, the stress hormone. It boosts dopamine and serotonin. It literally rewires your brain to see the good, the possible, the hopeful. It trains your nervous system to relax instead of contract, and from that state, you make better decisions. You speak with more wisdom. You lead with more presence. You live with more peace. But this peace is not passive. It's not about sitting back and doing nothing. It's about showing up with a grounded spirit. When everyone else is panicking, you move with purpose. When confusion tries to take over, you return to your gratitude list. When fear starts shouting, you whisper, "Thank you," and that whisper becomes your shield. It's easy to be grateful when things are going well, but the real test is, can you stay thankful in the middle of the storm? Can you look around and still find something good, something strong, something sacred? Can you look within and still say, there's a blessing here? I may not see all of it yet, but I know it's working for my good. Because when you can do that, you become untouchable. The world may shake, but you don't. People may lose their minds, but you stay anchored, not because you're lucky, but because you've learned how to see. Gratitude has trained your eyes. And when your eyes are trained to find peace, peace finds you, even in the chaos. Imagine a life where your first reaction to stress is not panic, but praise, not what if this goes wrong, but what can I learn here, and not I hate this situation, but I'm grateful for the chance to grow. That mindset doesn't make you delusional, it makes you dangerous. Because you're not easily shaken. You're not waiting for perfect conditions to have peace. You've decided to live in peace, and that kind of decision shifts the entire atmosphere around you. Gratitude is also the antidote to confusion. So often, people pray or journal or think about what they want to do next, but they're doing it from a place of anxiety, and anxiety clouds vision. But when you start with gratitude, when you come back to what you already know is good, something clicks. Your mind opens, the fog lifts, ideas come, peace enters, and with peace comes clarity. Gratitude is the reset button for your soul. It's how you get back to your center. It's how you remember what really mattered. When the noise gets too loud, gratitude is how you quiet the room. When life feels out of control, gratitude is how you take your power back. And the beautiful part, it's free. It doesn't require a certain income, status, or schedule. You can start right now, in this moment, look around, name what you love, thank the people in your life, acknowledge your journey, celebrate your survival, honor your strength, thank your Creator, and feel how everything inside you begins to change. You don't need a new life to feel peace. You need a new perspective, and gratitude is the doorway to that perspective. It unlocks the part of you that already knows you're okay, you're covered, you're progressing. You're not behind, you're becoming. So the next time you're overwhelmed, stop. Breathe and give thanks. Not because everything's perfect, but because you are powerful. Because you have the ability to choose your focus. Because you know that peace is not found. It's accessed through gratitude. Make it your practice. Make it your lifestyle. Let it guide your mornings, ground your evenings, and recalibrate your mind throughout the day. The more you give thanks, the more peace and clarity become your natural state. You were not born to live in chaos. You were born to walk in calm authority, to think with sharp wisdom, to move with divine clarity. Gratitude is how you return to that version of yourself. It's not a new destination. It's a coming home. Welcome back. Would you like this converted into an audiobook script, ebook chapter, or inspirational video voiceover script? Absolutely. Here's a long-form motivational essay, approximately 500 words, explaining the key point. A gratitude unlocks the law of increase. This is written in a powerful, moving style aimed at transformation, with emotionally rich language, deep spiritual insight, and a compelling short example. Illustrate the principle in action. There is a hidden law that governs increase in your life, a law that most people overlook, dismiss, or misunderstand. It's not just about hustle. It's not just about effort. It's not even just about strategy. All of those things matter, but there is something deeper that ignites all of them. A law that activates growth, multiplication, and momentum. That law is this: whatever you appreciate, appreciates. That is the law of increase. And the key that unlocks it, gratitude. Gratitude is not just good manners. It's not just a good practice. It is spiritual technology. It is emotional alchemy. It is a magnifier of blessings and a multiplier of progress. When you show gratitude for something, you don't just feel better, you literally attract more of that very thing into your life. This isn't just poetic, it's principle. Life doesn't give more to the person who complains the loudest. It gives more to the person who celebrates what they already have. When you complain, you constrict. When you compare, you weaken. But when you give thanks, you expand. You vibrate differently. You think clearer. You move smarter. You become aligned with increase. Think of it like a relationship. If you love someone but never express appreciation, what happens? The connection starts to fade. Resentment creeps in. Energy dies. But when you say, "Thank you for what you do. I value who you are," the energy changes, love grows, intimacy deepens. Why? Because gratitude keeps relationships alive. And the same is true with your relationship to life itself. Most people block increase because they are obsessed with what's missing. They stare at the gap between where they are and where they want to be. They focus on lack, and where focus goes, energy flows. So their whole energy starts operating from a place of deficit. But you cannot manifest increase from a deficit mindset. You manifest increase by magnifying the good that's already there. You shift from "I don't have enough" to "I have more than enough to begin," and that shift opens doors. You must understand, increase is a response. Life responds to your posture. If your posture is bitter, blocked, and blind to the blessings in front of you, you push increase away. But when your posture is grateful, grounded, and aware of what is already good, life begins to pour into you. Because you've shown that you can be trusted with more. That's the secret most people miss. Gratitude proves that you can be trusted with more. If you can't appreciate what you have now, you won't respect the next level. And life knows that. The law of increase is spiritual stewardship. To whom much is given, much is required. But if you mishandle the little, you disqualify yourself from the much. If you're always complaining about the size of your opportunity, your income, your reach, why would life increase it? But when you say, "Thank you for this small beginning, thank you for this seed, thank you for this challenge, it's teaching me," then you activate the law, you water the seed, you expand your capacity. You attract more, because you have proven that you can carry more with joy, not just with effort. Let me give you a powerful example. There was a man named Marcus. He worked as a janitor in a small town high school. Not a glamorous job, not a high-paying one. Most people ignored him, walked past him like he was invisible, but Marcus carried himself with pride. He smiled, he said hello, he showed up early. He swept those hallways like they were sacred ground. And every night he would go home and write in his journal 3 things he was grateful for: his health, his job, and the opportunity to serve. Now someone might look at that and say, "What's there to be grateful for? He's just a janitor." But Marcus didn't think small. He thought gratefully, and that made all the difference. One day, the principal of the school was walking the halls late after a meeting. He noticed how clean and polished everything was. He saw Marcus still working, and for the first time, he really saw him. He stopped and asked Marcus about his process, his motivation, his life. Marcus spoke with humility but also passion. He talked about gratitude, about service, about excellence. A few weeks later, the principal invited Marcus to help mentor some troubled students as part of a new after-school initiative. Marcus said yes. He became a mentor, then a speaker, then the head of a character development program in the district. Eventually, he was invited to speak at other schools, then businesses, then conferences. He wrote a book. He built a business. He became a sought-after voice on leadership, resilience, and purpose. What changed? Not his starting point, not his job title. His gratitude unlocked the law of increase. He showed life that he was ready for more by honoring where he was. That's how it works. That's how it asterisk always asterisk works. Gratitude is the seed of multiplication. It's the evidence of readiness. It's the frequency that attracts favor. You don't grow by resenting what you have. You grow by rejoicing in it. You don't get to the next level by complaining about the current one. You ascend by mastering it with joy, with humility, with thanksgiving. And when you do, life opens up, people notice, doors appear, ideas download, energy flows. You begin to see possibilities where others see problems. You find momentum where others find resistance. You start walking with an energy that can't be faked because it's rooted in truth. Gratitude changes your state, and your state creates your story. If you want your story to be one of abundance, elevation, and breakthrough, then gratitude has to be your constant companion, not just when you get the promotion, but when you're working the job that feels beneath you. Not just when you get the breakthrough, but when you're still building, still planting, still hoping. Gratitude makes the wait sacred. It turns process into preparation. It doesn't rush the moment. It maximizes it. And because of that, you become a magnet for multiplication, a magnet for opportunity, because you're not just waiting for life to get good. You're asterisk showing asterisk life that it already is. So many people are stuck because they think they need more before they can feel full. But the truth is, fullness comes first. You feel full asterisk before asterisk the increase shows up. You feel blessed asterisk before asterisk the breakthrough arrives. You get grateful, and then life says, now you're ready. This applies to everything. Want more income? Start by honoring what you have. Want more influence? Start by stewarding your current platform with excellence. Want deeper relationships? Start by being fully present and thankful for the ones you already have. Whatever you appreciate appreciates. That's not just cute, it's universal law. Gratitude also shifts your energy, and energy is everything. People can feel it. Opportunities can feel it. The universe can feel it. When you're bitter, you repel. When you're grateful, you attract. When you're frustrated, you close. When you're thankful, you open. And openness is the breeding ground of increase. So if your life feels stagnant, check your gratitude. If your progress feels blocked, check your gratitude. If your soul feels tired, check your gratitude, not as a guilt trip, but as a gateway. Gratitude is how you move from frustration to flow, from pressure to peace, from stagnation to increase. You don't need to hustle harder. You need to honor better. Honor the moment. Honor your growth. Honor the little, and watch it turn into much. The miracle is already in your hand. But you have to asterisk see asterisk it. You have to bless it. You have to be thankful for it. That's the ignition switch. That's the unlock code. Gratitude opens what effort alone cannot. It's not the grind that produces growth. It's the gratitude asterisk within asterisk the grind. That's the truth, and that truth can transform everything, because the law of increase is not activated by greed. It's activated by grace. So the question is, can you see the grace that's already in your life? Can you celebrate the good that's already present? Can you praise before the promotion? Can you worship while you wait? If the answer is yes, get ready, because increase is on the way, not because you chased it, but because you became aligned with it. Because you proved yourself worthy of more by being thankful for less. Gratitude isn't weakness, it's strength. It's not naive, it's wise. It's not passive, it's powerful. It tells life, I see what you gave me. I won't take it for granted. I will work it, bless it, use it, honor it. And life responds, then I will give you more. That is the law of increase, and gratitude is the key. So start today, start now, not with what you want, but with what you already have. And speak these words aloud. Thank you. I see the blessing. I see the grace. I honor this moment, and I am ready for more. That's how you unlock increase. That's how you multiply what matters. That's how you become unstoppable. Because you didn't wait for more to be grateful. You got grateful and asterisk then asterisk the more came. Would you like this formatted as a printable manifesto, a narrated script, or used in an inspiring video clip?